Hey neighbors, been a while since I've made one of these episodes. Um, Dealing with some health issues, back issues, and various things. These golden years, I don't know what part of them is golden. Maybe it's the money spent at the doctor. I don't know, but I'm not complaining. Never had it so good. I'm like my neighbors always say, and a good friend of mine, and I'm appreciative of what I've been given, the opportunities, and not referring just to physical things. I'm referring to friends and life in general and the opportunities offered, and each and every day noticing the creation God has given us and appreciating the beauty of it. I get out on the porch in the morning and there's a cardinal that sings to me every morning. He's sitting in a certain place on the fence row there, and then down to the right there's another one. And I appreciate this. This is a regular thing, and it's just a pleasure to see these critters and experience this day in and day out. Then I have my friend, my dog, Scout, that's there with me, always faithful. Not this one you see in this picture up there. That was Sam. I can't talk about Sam because I don't have him anymore, but I still love that dog. Now, folks, we're experiencing a lot of inflation these days. Man, we were hoping that things were going to get better because we had a lot of inflation. Instead of getting better, we're seeing all kinds of inflation. And I don't think anybody really cares what us working folks and retired working folks are going through. And every time you go, an item's going up more. Every time, it's everything you're buying. And when you're retired and on a fixed income, you don't have any way to, it's just draining us. It's just draining us. And I don't know how it's affected you exactly. Each of us has our own set of circumstances. But I've told a lot of these stories that, they are living testimonies to the power that is in our lives. It's not physical. It's not of this earth. It's spirit. It's the power of the Almighty God who, he's carrying us through. He's getting us through it. He's providing a way. Now, a lot of people talk about this, and I don't know how much they really believe it, but you can listen to these stories from the time I started, and there's quite a few stories that you can hear. And there are many, many miracles recorded in these stories. These are not made up stories. These are not embellished. These are the truth. This is what I have lived and what I've experienced. I'm no better than anybody else out there. I am just fortunate to have experienced these things, and I have joy in sharing it with y'all, hoping that it will encourage you, help you in your daily walk. The story I want to tell this time goes back into the 70s. I was a young apprentice. Now, at this point, I think all I had was my daughter, my wife and daughter. Cindy and I have been married over 50 years. And yes, because Ben didn't come along till in the 80s. I have to think back. It's a lot of water under the bridge, man. And but anyway, we were trying to make it. We were doing the best we could, and we needed our paychecks. Now, I was working for a contractor. It was a union contractor. And, you know, we needed every cent that we could pull in. And, you know, when you got sent home, if it rained out, you didn't get paid for that day. And this particular day was going to be a rainy day. They had predicted rain all day long, and I went to work in the rain. It was pouring down. Well, the contractor had to pay us a couple of hours for showing up. So he wasn't going to let us just turn around and go to the house and say, well, I'll give you 2 hours show-up time. No, he was going to send us out to the job. And we were in Kilgore, and we had a job, I think it was for Amoco up in Spring Hill, to tie a well in. It might have been a flowing well. I don't remember all the details. And boy, it was pouring down rain. Just, it was coming down cats and dogs, as they say. And as soon as we got in that truck and started out, that old journeyman wireman I was with, well, we need to rain out, you know. Oh, I'm real glad I didn't want to work today, no way, you know. And he goes on, and the whole way up there, and it was, I don't know, 20 something miles from the shop to that location, I would guess, and pretty good ways. It's up on the north side of Longview, Texas, up around Spring Hill. And he's of course, he was always belly aching and carrying on, and he wanted to rain out. Well, you know, he probably had something he wanted to do, and apparently it wasn't something outside, because the weather wasn't any good for doing something outside. And the whole way up there, all I'm hearing is, we're going to rain out. We're going to turn this rig around and rain out. And, but on to the job he went. And so it's pouring down rain, and I'm thinking, Lord, I'm praying silently to the Lord. I'm saying, Lord, I can't afford to rain out. I need this paycheck. I need this money. If I lose this day, it'll cut a hole in our check, and it'll leave us lacking for money we need for groceries and things like that. You know, I got a little one to feed and a wife to feed, and I kind of like eating too, you know. And here we're going, and it's pouring, and it's like, Lord, do you hear me? Are you hearing this prayer? It sure don't seem like it, and I don't want to be ungrateful, and I don't want to be untrusting to you, but I really need this paycheck, and you told me you wouldn't let us be tested beyond what we could stand. And so trusting you, Lord, trusting you. Now I was a young man, I guess in my early 20s, and we got, I mean, all the way there, it's pouring. And I'm not talking about a gentle rain, I'm talking about a lot of rain falling. And we pulled up there to that lease and turned in to where we had to go down that road to that location. And it's muddy. And it's a mess. And the rain's just pouring. And this old boy, well, yeah, we're going to get the rain out today. And the only way we would get to work is if the rain stops, and then we would have to work. And as that truck is rolling down that location, and he's easing on up there, got to the point where he's getting ready to stop, he just kind of let off the brakes, and the truck just kind of rolled to a stop. And when that truck stopped, you hear what I'm telling you? When that truck stopped, the rain stopped. It was like turning a faucet off. The rain stopped. I mean, completely stopped. Now, it didn't dry up. Everything was soaking wet. But the rules were we had to work because it quit raining. We got out of that truck and I hear, oh, well, I hear a disappointed journeyman. He's wanting to go home and the rain quit. Now we worked and we did our job and we worked all day long. All day long. That doesn't sound so bad, does it? That doesn't sound so miraculous, does it? But when it came time to load those tools up that afternoon, because we were allowed a certain amount of time to come back in, we loaded that truck up, or I did, I was the apprentice. And when we got in the doors and shut the doors, it was resume rain. It's like whoever turned the faucet off turned it back on wide open, and man, it was coming down. This is not an accident. This is an answered prayer. This is our friend in heaven that is tuned in right here with you and I. He hears us. You worried about inflation? You worried about your next meal? Wondering how you're going to make it? What are you going to do? I'm telling you, he has got our back. Recently, well, since the beginning of the year, I've given my dog a couple of squirts of fish oil, wild Alaskan salmon oil in his food every day. Helps his joints, his skin, his coat, all kind of things, benefits from this. Well, right before the end of last year, I told Cindy I've got less than a week of this stuff left. Let's get some more out. I mean, over here, ordered. Well, it came in like the 2nd or 3rd of January, and I had enough to get a couple more days, 2 to 3 days out of it. You shake the bottle, keep it in the refrigerator, and it was pretty much empty. But I thought, well, I'll put the new one in the refrigerator as soon as I empty this one. Well, that just kept going on and on and on. And finally, about a couple of months back, I told Cindy, I said, how long has this oil been lasting? When did you order that other one? Well, I don't remember. So she looks it up. Now, this was on into nearly May. And she said, I did that, got that oil 2nd or 3rd of January. And with only a day or two left in it, it lasted all that time. And then I realized I had multiplying oil. You think I'm kidding you? You think I'm pulling your leg? You think I'm trying to impress you? I'm simply telling you the truth. This is what happened. And that oil lasted to June the 1st. It went 5 months empty. Just enough you could shake it a little bit and it kept giving oil every day. Just like the widow at Zarephath and Elijah, when he said, share with me, she said, this is our last meal and we will die, her and her son. But it was multiplied. God multiplied that oil, and Cindy says to me, well, I wish he would multiply other things. I said, get the point, baby. Get the point. He is. And he's given us something tangible to see so that we know he's got our back. Pay attention to what's going on around you. But you may not be able to figure it out. God is so powerful, he's taking care of us when we don't even know it. So folks, I hope this encourages you just as much as it has encouraged me. Hope you appreciate these stories as much as I love to share them with you. These are true facts. This is what we've lived. You've lived it, I've lived it. We have much to be thankful for. So until next time, I'm Mac McCarty saying so long for the Rough and Tumble channel.